Hello, 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 everyone. How you all doing? I'm Rochelle T. Parks. I am your health motivator. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Mindset Talks. I am super excited. I am here with the one and only Miss Yvonne Hines and the great Mr. Michael L. Parks, aka Pops. Hey, 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 everybody. Hey, if you're catching this on a replay, you're in for a treat. Listen, get your pen, get your pad out, be ready to take some notes because Yvonne is really gonna drop some nuggets. I mean, some people who may be on the fence, who maybe like I want to, I need help, but I don't know where to start, where to go. Well, I invite you to stick around and listen to what Yvonne has to say. Hey, Yvonne.
Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Michael.
Hello, hello, hello.
So guys, Yvonne is from the great state of
I'm in Washington.
Washington State, all the way on the West Coast. So we're coast to coast here. So she's all the way on the West Coast, we're all the way on the East Coast, and we're still making this thing happen. That's the beauty. The beauty of this program is help people out, not just over the country, over the world. And so, boy, technology is a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing. Oh wow. So Yvonne, so first of all, we if I can just speak for Michael and say we are honored having had the honor and the privilege to work with you for the last 90 days. And some great things have happened. Great things have happened over the last 90 days. So what we like to do is just share with the people exactly what has happened over the last 90 days. So first, if you could just tell us in a nutshell, just like what has happened, and then we're going to go back. So give us, like in the movies, they give you it up front and then they go back and they do the back, the replay. So just tell what has happened over the flashback. So what's happened over the last 90 days, Yvonne?
Okay. Well, on the June 29th, I went in for a yearly checkup, had some blood tests done. And the next day I received an email from my doctor saying that unfortunately my blood test reflected that I was diabetic. And of course I have family members that have had diabetes. And so that was a wake up call for me. It's like, okay, this isn't good. I need to do something. I need to change the path that I'm on. And it just so happened that the very next day I had started as a member of a health mastermind accountability group where we're getting together and encouraging each other to get healthy, to, exercise, eat well, and so forth. Mm-hmm. And it was through that group that one of the members, Michelle Lewis, shared with me that she had seen some YouTube videos from Rochelle and Michael Parks about diabetes. And it's like, okay, I need to find out more. I need to figure out what's going on. And so I started watching them. And it was like I had prayed and asked God for help because I knew I couldn't do it by myself. And he answered my prayers as I was watching the videos, and they're sharing how you can reverse diabetes. I thought, yeah, this sounds kind of too good to be true, but let me find out, and I'm watching the interviews of the other members and Pops himself and his experience. And I'm thinking, maybe I can do that, and so I signed up for an interview with you guys to find out more about the program. And it was during that interview, I found out what it was going to be about, what was going to entail, and the cost of it. And I, for a moment, I hesitated and I thought, no, you know what? I need to do this for me. I need to make a choice to get better, to do the things I need to do to reverse the diagnosis. Mm-hmm. And I had shared with you guys that, the doctor wanted me to go on for a follow-up appointment to share with me the next steps she wanted me to go on. Mm-hmm. At which point, I signed up for the diabetes demolition program with you, the Sugar Ain't Sweet program. And I started implementing that on the 5th of July. And it was the 8th of July that I had my follow-up appointment. And so when I went in there, the doctor's, okay, well, unfortunately you've got diabetes, and this is what you need to do. You need to get on some insulin and some medication to help your body with this condition you have. I said, well, actually, I prefer not going down that path, because I've never been one to like to take drug medication and so forth. And I told her, I says, actually, I've been reading up on this, and I'd actually like to take a different path. I says, I've since speaking with you last week, I've hired a health coaches, and I'm starting a program that incorporates eating well and exercising, and allowing my body to help recover from the damage that I've done to it over the years.
Amen.
And at first she was saying, well, I said, and actually, if you check my weight, and it had been maybe a week and a half since my first appointment to get the blood test, I says, actually, by implementing already what I'm learning through the program, I had already lost 6 pounds in 7 days. I says, I'm already eating better, and I'm exercising, and I'm doing what I believe I need to do to get better. And she he hesitated, and she goes, no, okay. I says, actually, and it was because we had spoken, and I said, you know what, why don't you give me 90 days? 90 days, the program I signed up for is 90 days. I said, why don't you give me the 90 days? And let's see what I can do. And she agreed. She prescribed the glucose meter and the stuff that I needed to be tracking my progress. And so I left appointment with her with, setting up for 90 days in the future to have blood work done again. And then I have a follow-up appointment. And she had mentioned that not only did I have diabetes, but my cholesterol was high. And I said, I actually don't want anything for that, because in my research that I've done, cholesterol has to do with your weight and your eating habits. And so what I'm starting to do is eat better and exercise. So as I lose weight and I eat healthier, I believe that's going to help with that. And she goes, well, okay. We'll wait on that. And so that's exactly what we did. And I started the program with you guys.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Pops. You was about to say something?
No, I was just praising God. God.
Yeah, this is good, because I remember this situation, and here's the difference between what you did and what so many others don't do or are not informed to do. Like, you went in there informed. Right. So, because we had a conversation, and not that we told you what to say. We didn't tell you anything. We just told you we just laid out facts that what you said was correct. Type 2 diabetes is reversible, through nutrition and exercise. And when you correct those things, your cholesterol so you did. No, I think I'm going to try, I'm going to bet on me, you said, I'm going to bet on Yvonne, to eat and exercise and allow the body to heal itself. And the difference is, a lot of people don't know that their body can do that, because they've been told that you'll be on this, you need to be on this medication. This is the only way you're going to reverse it. You're going to be on it for the rest of your life. It's because your in-laws, how your ancestors had it, you have it. And so we've, been sold a
bad bill of goods.
I was going to say,
yes.
we've been sold a bad bill of goods.
Yeah.
And
this is true.
That was, go ahead.
I was going to say, I have diabetes runs in the family, and I actually dreaded knowing that was going to be a part of my life, but it doesn't have to be. And it didn't have to be, because, I had, like you said, I had a diagnosis that I have that condition, but I refused to accept it. I refused to accept it as that was going to be the way my life was going to have to be from now on.
Amen.
And
Amen.
the program works, if you work it, the program works.
Amen.
I went 90 days later and I had my blood test. And I had a follow-up appointment set up for a few days later. And I shared with you guys, we kind of giggled because the doctor's office had called and said, well, we'd really like to convert this to a video doctor appointment. I said, no, actually, I want to come in because I want to weigh myself and I actually want to discuss with the doctor, my progress of what I've done. And they're going, oh, okay. I says, and so the very next day I had the appointment and I went in and the doctor looked at me and she goes, did you read the email? I said, no, what email? She goes, well, I saw your results and I actually emailed you saying, you did really good. And I wish my other patients would do what you've done because you're like my poster child of the things you can do to reverse your condition. And I was just, so pleased. I'm so thankful for you guys and this program because definitely you guys are a godsend because you answered my prayer of I didn't know what to do. I knew I needed to do something and I had no concrete idea of what, I've tried dieting and so forth. But it didn't work. There wasn't the success. Mm-hmm. And that's not the case. This program does work.
Yes. Yes. So what was your A1C before?
So my A1C before in the end of June was 6.7. And just a little over a week ago, my A1C was 5.4, which is in the non-diabetic range. I went from diabetic to non-diabetic.
That is amazing. So okay, here's a question I have for you, Yvonne, and I know Pops probably has some questions too. What was life like for Yvonne before July, before starting the Sugar Ain't Sweet program? What was life like for Yvonne?
Well, with unfortunately because of this COVID, I've been, staying at home and being, living in uncertainty. And, when I get nervous or I have anxiety, I use food. Food is my choice of drug. And so life before the program was sitting around, munching, eating junk food, and doing not much of anything. And I'm 180-degree difference. I get up, I exercise, I eat well. I'm more optimistic. Life has changed for me. Definitely.
That's sweet. So how empowering is it for you? Because like what I'm thinking is like in my mind, I see the program as simple, but it may not necessarily be easy. But at the same token, you're empowered because it's like you know what to do. If for some reason I pray God forbid something happen to us, we go away, you could continue on and be okay. So how much of a challenge was the program to you, if it was at all, and how empowered do you feel?
So to be truthful, the eating restrictions or eating choices are more specific. True enough, before the program, I loved sugar. I was a sugar addict, and it was amazing what I've learned through the program, that things that in the past I would have never thought were sweet, they're sweet now because, as Rochelle says, when you cleanse your palate and you give your body healthy food thing, it's like, I was using, as silly as this sounds, but not anymore. Carrots are sweet. Carrots are like candy.
Wow.
Oh
wait a minute. Say that one more time. Yvonne. People miss that. Carrots are like what?
Carrots are like candy because they're sweet. They are sweet. They are. I never would have thought carrots sweet. No, but because I have greatly eliminated sugars, added sugars. There's natural sugars in stuff that we eat. And so I am still getting sugars, but it's not added sugars. The key thing is for watching what you're eating and greatly reduce the added sugars. the program has educated me in the way to read labels, to look at things in a whole different mindset. I mean, my daughter's big on organics, and I used to think, yeah, right. Night and day difference, the taste of food that are organic as opposed to non-organic. So that's amazing. And like you say, God forbid something would happen to you and I wouldn't have you guys to kind of ping every now and then if I had questions. But what you helped me learn is life-changing. I'm going to have this knowledge in my mind for the rest of my life. I know, there's times where I might choose not to eat as healthy as I should, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, that's not good. Okay, maybe not eating that junk food isn't the right way, because it's not going to make you feel good. It actually makes, in some cases, eating the wrong things makes me feel ill.
Yeah.
Which is, my body's not so used to the heavy fats, the heavy sugars, the heavy carbs. And so, it's definitely life-changing.
Yeah. How has
answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. How has, you mentioned your daughter? What type of reaction have they had? Your kids or your granddaughter? I know you talk about your granddaughter. With any reaction from them?
So actually, because of the COVID, and they live 4 hours away. My daughter, I haven't seen my daughter, but I sent her the pictures, and she's the one that created that side by side that I sent to you from back in June 16th to October 16th, so we could have the comparison. I haven't seen her, so I actually went and babysat my grandbabies the second week of July. So I haven't had a chance to.
Oh wow!
I was hoping to get away to go visit them before school starts back up, because once school starts up, I'll be watching my other grandchildren. But even my sister, I sent my sister Melody the pictures, and she's going, "Wow, what a difference!" And I think there's a difference.
There is a difference.
There is a difference. I'm not so, I'm not as fluffy. I'm still fluffy. I'm still a work in progress. I'm not done. This was kind of a reset. This was like a kickstart into the right direction. Eating well and exercising.
Absolutely. Okay, so why? And you may feel like you answered this already, and I'm asking this because so many people know about this program. So many people may need this program and have not chosen to participate. Why did you choose to do it? Other than you felt like, that is probably the answer, but other than, you felt like it was God, like you prayed for it and boom, here it was. But you could have seen other programs. Like why this one?
Well, to be honest, I have been, a member of Breathe University and following ET and associates and members of the Breathe University, and I've seen you, and I just felt I could trust you guys. What I saw in Michael's YouTube video about his experience, because oh my goodness, thank goodness you took him to the hospital when you did, and you did the research to figure out, because, I saw the interview where you told him, okay, now when we get home, this is, I've been doing my work, and you can, by choosing to eat better, you can reverse this diagnosis. I chose to do it because I felt the information you shared made sense. The eating well, the exercising, the drinking the water, all those things work, and they work for me. And so I felt I could put my trust in your program.
That's awesome.
Because it
That's
wasn't
awesome.
just you guys saying, hey, I can show you how to do this, but you have a living example. Michael's our living example of how good the program really is.
Yeah.
Because I think if I remember, your A1C was 15 when you first were there, and now what are they?
15.6.
15.6.
And now where are they? Did you have
Yeah,
your second?
no, I didn't have my second one yet. My first one I lost 9.5 points off. It was 6.1 in less than 3 months, and so that's
yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to. I mean, just like Rochelle said earlier, we're humble. People. The people who allow us to be a part of their lives in this fashion, that let us in, and it's kind of private too. Don't nobody want you all up in their business. You know what I'm saying? We up in your business. But the thing is, I believe that's what's necessary. We have to have this type of access in order to hold you accountable. Go ahead.
I believe that is a strong part or a strength in the program is the accountability, because knowing that I need to take a picture of the meter and the food and sharing with you what I'm doing, that's powerful. In the back of my mind, it's like, okay, because by no means was I perfect on the program. I swayed, and you guys, and I admitted to you guys that I did not follow it all the time. I ate sometimes when I shouldn't have. But like you say, you knew because my numbers
don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
That's very true.
So were you thinking once you had the number, like, okay, how am I going to explain this? So like, what were you thinking when you had a number that you didn't necessarily feel good about and you knew you had to send it? What were you thinking?
Yeah, actually, I thought, you know what? I need to be truthful, because it's only, and admitting that, I faltered a bit, because, the program isn't to always be perfect. It's a work in progress, and as we go, like you say, when you know better, you do better, right?
Absolutely.
And so I could have not sent it to you, but I thought, no, you know what? We're a team. All three of us, we're a team, and we're doing this together. So, if you're going to be at the table, so to speak, I need to also be there.
Yeah,
that's good. I love the way you said that, because the thing is, this is about progress, not perfection. But on the same token, perfection is expected. And let me right. tell you what I mean. As a believer, God holds us to a high standard. He doesn't say, I expect you to not follow my word. He doesn't say that. He wants us to follow his word. But the thing is, because we're imperfect beings, and because we are born in sin, we are, like you said, you say that a lot. We are constant works in progress. That's what we are. And I think the best thing that we can do for ourselves is to be honest and upfront, exactly the way you were. And see, a lot of times, some people, we don't know for sure. We can glean or speculate what has transpired when someone doesn't send that number in. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't you send it in? Maybe you didn't want us to see it. We don't. No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, just in general, no. They may not want us to see it, but we still don't know. We don't know unless they tell us, right? Or they say, I forgot. Why would you forget for something that you consider to be important? You see what I'm saying? And we expect honesty, and we assume honesty. We assume that you're telling us the truth. You see what I'm saying? We don't assume that you're not telling us the truth, because when we assume you tell us the truth and we ask you the question, you tell us what you tell us. And that's why I'm so proud of you, because you took it. You took it like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So took it like a man. You took it like a woman. You said, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I did it. I ate it.
So kudos to you. Kudos to you. You know, that's just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
But you know what I love about it is I'm always saying we're not perfect people. It's about the lifestyle, because a lot of times if a person is this is gonna sound kind of crazy, but if they're like, if they do everything like just right, you know what I mean, and they achieve phenomenal results, that's a high standard to uphold, because you don't know what you can do if you don't do right. You know what I mean? So that's all you know, is if you do this, you're gonna get this. But and so that can be a lot of just stress, like you know what I mean. So when you're able to see the lifestyle, you know, because I talk about the health bank account, when you're able to see, okay, you know, if I sway here or there, you know, number, you know, it may go up a little bit, but as soon as I get back on track, it comes back down. And then you start to see what your body can do, right? For the person that's like right here all the time, they like, and I'm hitting, I'm perfect, and like kudos to them. But now what? I mean, they like, oh my God, and they can panic if they fall. You know what I mean? It's just when you don't know, because you're so afraid to it's about the lifestyle, because we're not perfect people. I tell everybody all the time, you know, but this program, we fully expect you to adhere to the guidelines. Fully expect, but also knowing that you're only flesh and blood.
Let's live there for a little bit longer. She just said something that's very, very really important, because we complement each other very well in terms of this symbiotic relationship that we have with regard to this program. I'm more of this, and I would say Rochelle's more, I'm going to say compassionate. You know, that's not the real word there, but it's somewhere along that line. I'm like this, and she's like this, kind of like, you know, kind of let, you know, people, you know, they're going to have issues, whatever. And so, and the reason I'm saying this, because I'm going somewhere with this, I'm the one who was like this. I was like this, Miss Yvonne. And so I know that worked. Okay. But the one thing that I said, to your credit, when you went off this way or that way and you came clean, that's the best thing you or anybody could do. Okay. Because when you were at your appointment 3 months later, how surprised were you at that number? How surprised were you? What number were you expecting? I'm curious. What number, your A1C, what number were you expecting? Were you expecting a 5.4?
No, actually I was expecting around that range. I was hoping, actually, I got to admit, I was hoping to make sure whatever number it was going to be in the non-diabetic and non-pre-diabetic range, because the work and the effort that I put into it and you guys put into it needed to be a good number, because we worked it.
Let me tell you why I asked you that question, because that 5.4, you blew it out of the water. You know what I mean? You blew it out of the water. You at 6.7, and 5.7 is where pre-diabetic starts. So the thing is, you were at 5.4, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, you know, it's not like you went off the rails like every day. I mean, you went off here and there. And for you to have that type of experience where you weren't necessarily on the tightrope every day and still to get a 5.4, that has to be encouraging. That you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to walk that line every day. And that's not to say that you're going to take advantage of it and be off the line. All we're saying is you could breathe a little bit. That's what it's saying. You could breathe a little bit. Right. And that's the encouraging part. And that's what you found. That's what I was trying to, you know, get you to just stay the course. Like, stay the course. You know, keep eyes on the prize. And I knew that it was gonna be a glorious day for you. I kept telling you, I said, I can't wait.
Yeah.
You know, so
we knew what those numbers are. And so what you just said, Pops, was key, because it's equivalent to when I talk about the health bank account. And if someone, just like if we weren't in COVID or whatever, and your granddaughter had a birthday party and they had a birthday, it would be okay for you to go enjoy the rice and the, what is it that you like, the cake and the tortillas and the enchilada. I mean it would be okay because that's just one day. That's not your everyday. That's one day of enjoyment with the family, and then the next day you get back on doing what you do. You know what I mean? And so it's okay. That's part of the lifestyle. So I don't consider that. People say I fell off. No, you didn't fall off the wagon.
You stepped off.
You stepped off. Yeah, it was. You know what I mean? You stepped off the wagon. See, when you fall off, it's like oh, like you're out of control. No. You that was purposeful, and it's okay to step off to do that. That is part of the lifestyle. That's not a mistake. That's intentional. And so the only thing I tell people, try to encourage people to do is like just be in control of what you're doing. No, don't be like, oh my God, I lost. I couldn't help myself. No. Just know what you're doing. It's okay. And so because you don't have to live a perfect life. And that's no fun.
Another thing to add to what she just said, you got to own it too. Because you got to be in control, but you got to own it. You can't say, and I'm not saying you're going to say this, Miss Yvonne, but you can't say, well, Mike and Rochelle said I can eat this. No, we're not telling you that you can eat that. That's a decision you got to make for you because you live with you every day.
Right.
But you can't expect us to make a decision on what you're going to consume that's not necessarily in line with the quote unquote program.
Yeah.
So you got to own it.
Yeah. All right, I have a question for you, Yvonne. If someone was on the fence right now about the decision, because we got a lot of people, I'll just say we got a lot of people in the hopper right now, a lot of people in the hopper that haven't taken the plunge, and they're thinking it over, and like, oh, let me talk to my spouse, or let me think about it, or whatever, whatever the case, get my funds, whatever the case, they haven't done it yet. What would you say to them?
Well, and as I mentioned to you, you had asked me that why did I choose to do it? You have to choose to make yourself. I had to choose to make me a priority, to invest in me. I needed to invest in the program for my well-being, because I'm worth it. Every penny you spend is well worth it. I mean, it's not, what I've learned was not a quick fix, and it's going to be with me and help me for the rest of my life. So the program, if you're thinking, well, the expense might be too much. No, how much are you worth? I'm worth every penny of it. Being able to, before this program, it was challenging for me to keep up with the grandbabies. I can keep up with them. I can do things now with my grandchildren that I couldn't do 4 months ago.
Wow.
We had spoken about how stairs were hurting my knees. That's not happening anymore. Matter of fact, I caught myself walking down the stairs one step at a time, at straight, as opposed to sideways one step. It's like, wow, I have to share this with Rochelle because that was a thing that it was an investment in me, and I'm worth, or you are worth, if you're on the fence deciding whether you should or you shouldn't, take the step, take the leap of faith that you are worth it. You can do it. You don't have to be perfect, although you, like Michael says, you want to strive to do the program right on point. But if you falter, that's okay. Realize, get up, start again, hit reset, and keep going. Amen. And as time goes on, to be honest with you, there towards the end, and I started, eating a few things when I shouldn't have and so forth. I actually, because of the accountability, helped get me back on track to do the program. And it's worth it. It's worth it. You're investing in your life for the rest of your life.
I want to ask you another question, Miss Yvonne, and it made me, what you just said made me think about it, because I remember some of our early conversations about the level of difficulty with that it was taking a toll on you mentally. How close did you get to actually saying, just forget it, I'm not going to do this? And did you ever get to a point where you thought that you didn't want to do it?
No, because the experience that I have with seeing family members and the challenges and struggles with diabetes, there was no choice in my mind to give up. I can't quit on me, because essentially that's it. If I give up on choosing to eat healthier or choosing to get up and walk or exercise, I'm saying to myself, I'm not worthy of it. I'm not worth that investment, but I am. Mm-hmm. I am.
Amen.
I'm worth every better choice in eating of foods, and we giggled about this because I shared with you, you have, my evening exercise. There'd be times where I'd be exercising up until midnight because I wanted to make sure I had my second exercise within that 24-hour period. Okay. I need to kind of adjust the time schedule on that, but no, I never, God is awesome because he gave me, if you had asked me 4 months ago, would I believe that a program could help accomplish what I've done, I would have not believed it. But I know I'm living proof that it can. You can reverse diabetes. And that's amazing. That's amazing. God is awesome.
Yes, he is.
That's a good place to end right there.
That's a great place to end. God is awesome.
I'm getting chills right now, for real.
Me too. And I'm not gonna go. I'm just, I'm not gonna say anything else. But I got chills too. That's a great place to end. And so for those that are watching,
thank you, Rochelle and Michael. Thank you for putting the time in. To share, your experience and give us hope that there's a better way.
Thank you, Miss Yvonne.
Thank you. So for those that are watching and are maybe on the fence, or maybe you've gotten a diabetes diagnosis or pre-diabetes, or just maybe dealing with high blood pressure or high cholesterol, or maybe overweight, dealing with inflammation in your body or autoimmune disease, any of those things, guys, this program works, right? We call it Sugar Ain't Sweet because we actually monitor everyone's blood sugar, regardless if you're diabetic or not. There's a science behind it, right? And it works. So we call it Sugar Ain't Sweet. And we have a program out there that could be just for you. We have 30-day programs. We have 90-day programs. We have 180-day programs. And we have people in each one of those programs right now, and they're doing well. People have graduated. Yvonne is one of our newest graduates. And so every week we'll be bringing before you somebody's testimony. We had Tanisha and Rod last week. We're doing the 180-day program, and between the two of them, they've lost over 160 pounds and still rocking and rolling. We have Miss Yvonne today, did the 90-day program. We have someone next week that's doing the 90-day program, and I believe he goes to his appointment on Thursday to get his new A1C. So we're super excited about that. And so this thing just keeps going, guys. So you see the little ticker, RochelleTParks.com/sugar ain't sweet. Go to the site, click on programs, or just click that link right there. It'll take you straight there. You'll see the 30, the 90 and the 180-day programs, guys. The programs work. You just heard it from Miss Yvonne right here, all the way from the great state of Washington. Reversed that diabetes diagnosis from a 6.7 A1C to a 5.4 in 90 days. And here's the thing. We didn't tell you this. How much weight did you lose, Miss Yvonne?
40 pounds.
40 pounds.
Yeah. You go, Miss Yvonne.
40 pounds in 90 days, guys. Come on now.
God. Praise God.
Because, and see that I know people are on the way. We weren't even tracking weight, so we almost forgot to mention it because we don't track the weight, right? We believe when you focus on doing the healthy things, the weight will take care of itself, right? The weight will take care of itself. So thank you again, Miss Yvonne, for just allowing us to walk alongside you, right? And help you to achieve optimal health. We are definitely honored. We're humbled, as Pop said, and we just truly believe God reached down from heaven and just handed us the blueprint, right, to help people to do this. And for people that know the story, my husband almost had to die for this. So I'm just say this real quick. When we were talking to someone and he was sharing his story, and the guy said, Mr. Parks, I didn't know you did the program. And his response was, man, I am the program. He said, I am the program. He said, I am the program. So it started with him, And so we're thankful, even to almost losing his life, where it says count it all joy, right? Count it all joy. Right. So we're thankful. So that's it. Any last words, Pops?
No, that's it. I mean, I'm just thrilled. I'm happy. Pleased as punch for Miss Yvonne. Glad to be a part of your life. And I told you from the beginning, you ain't gonna get rid of us. You stuck with us now.
That's right. For the rest of your life. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's awesome. So thank you, Miss Yvonne. Anything before I close out?
No. Nope. Thank you.
All right. That's it, guys. This is Rochelle T. Parks. I am your health motivator. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Mindset Talks. You're at the wonderful testimony from Miss Yvonne Hines, all the way from Washington State. We have Mr. Michael L. Parks, a.k.a. Pops. And that's it. That's all. Tune in next week for another episode. You'll hear another dynamic testimony. Guys, have a great evening. And we are out of here.
All right. See ya.
Peace. Hey guys, before you go, I just want to let you know I am hosting a 7-day fruit and vegetable challenge on the first of the month. Guys, I do it every month. I've done it for the last 2 years. You say, right, why do I need that? Well, let me tell you what can happen in 7 days. In just 7 days, you can rid your body of the addiction to sugar, the addiction to salt. You can get rid of inflammation in the body. Guys, you can get mental clarity. You can sleep better. So many great things can happen in just 7 days. So don't delay any longer. Go ahead and click the link below and go ahead and sign up. We're getting started on the 1st, okay? I'll see you on the 1st. Let's go.